I'm here with Dave Tiger Williams in Australia for the Ice Hockey Classic. How has your stay in Australia been so far?
It has been absolutely fantastic. We hired a driver and did a tour on Monday for 4 hours and got to see not only the city of Sydney, but we got to see the history of the city. And you read everything in a book, and but to have a guy here, our tour guide was absolutely excellent on the history of this whole area, and I really enjoyed it. It's been great.
And obviously, you've got the games coming up this weekend, which you're coaching Team USA for. It's USA versus Canada. How's that for you as a coach, I guess?
Well, it's not the first time we've had. I've been involved in Canada against the U.S. and either played or coached on both sides of the fence because we played in the United States, but it makes every time the U.S. and Canada play, it gets exciting. It's very intense, and that imaginary border creates a great rivalry, and then that's what it's all about. So I know the guys will play hard, no matter what side of whether the U.S. or Canada, and it'll be a great game.
And I suppose for people who don't either fully know who you are or whatever, do you want to give a very brief sum up of your NHL career, I suppose?
Well, I was the best looking guy in the league for 15 years, and probably still am. So I own that record. But no, I played over 1,000 games in the National Hockey League. Got to play with some great players. Had some great mentors, great coaches, and the thing about playing sports is probably the same as the guys playing Aussie football here. Is that you'll never do anything after your career that's going to give you the same fulfillment. You might make just as much money or more money, but it's not the excitement that you get to do as a young man to go and play with the kids that you watch on TV and all of a sudden you're playing with or playing against. So, and there's nothing better being in a team concept. It's so important. We have to encourage all boys and girls at the earliest possible get involved in a team concept because it's going to serve them until the day they're not on this earth anymore. And it's a wonderful experience. And when you get paid to do it, it's even better. But it's a great lifestyle. It's everything's first class, but you got to put a lot of effort into it too, And I was lucky I got out of my career with not many. You're always going to have aches and pains when you play that long, but that's life. But it's a great lifestyle. I mean, all Canadians want to do it, as the kids here probably want to play cricket or Aussie football, and it gives them something to get out of bed and aspire to do. So it's a good thing.
And I suppose one last one. Did you have anything that's on your, Australian bucket list of things you really wanted to do while you were here?
Well, in Canada. I'm a very avid hunter. I hunt a lot, and I thought about coming hunting here 2 or 3 years ago, out in the outback. I'd really like to spend a couple weeks out in the outback, and not going to a hotel or into somebody's residence. Surviving out in that part of the world, I think that'd be really cool. That's it's probably not going to happen this trip because we got a lot going on, but I've always thought about that. I've read a lot about it. I know guys that have done it over the years, whether it have been American friends or Canadian guys. And I trap shoot on the North American tour. I was in Tucson, Arizona, and shot with a bunch of fellows from I believe they were from Adelaide. Mm-hmm. And I was hoping to see them, but. I trap shoot now very competitively, and I know in 2000 right here in Sydney in the Olympics, the Aussie won the gold medal, and so I was hoping to meet him too because that's a great sport too. But no, you guys got it reminds me a lot of Canada. Everybody treats you like you're not a tourist. You're here and you're just part of us, So you guys do a good job here. You should be very proud of your country. And I know you are, but I'm just saying that it's one of the, I've been pretty near all around the world, and my wife and I really enjoyed it here.
And we had a fan question earlier that was requested that I ask it. And they wanted to know, who was the favorite or the toughest person that you ever fought while you're in the NHL?
Well, they're never favorites. There's lots of them. When you play as long as I did, I kind of have a thing in my head the way I rank that. If you didn't play for 10, anybody can be tough for 2 or 3 years or 5 years or 7 years, but can you be tough for 10 years or more? And once you get over that 10-year mark, then there's pretty slim pickings. So I would say Terry Riley would be in that category. Dave Semenko would be in that category. And there's various other guys. Dave Brown was. There's a lot of guys that were very good at what they did, and as on a team, we all got different jobs to do, and you got to have a little bit of everything on a team to win.
Yeah.
But there's quite a few guys. But just one guy, I don't know if I could pick one guy. I'd probably have to sit down and write it down, but there'd probably be a good half dozen. But O'Reilly would be one I would rank right up there because I had a lot of respect for him. He was a fierce opponent. Same with Dave Semenko, looked after Gretzky for a long, long time. And they were good people off the ice. And to me, it's to be a great athlete, you have to be a good person. Mm-hmm. Most great athletes are great people, and both those guys are good guys.
Thank you so much for talking with us.
Well, thanks for having me.